Huh.
Alright, this is a test. What was the last thing I was working on my bench? Alright folks, Dane back here on this J-40, and I think I may have showed you? I think you may have seen this before. The back of this bridge. This is a top load bridge, by the way. Strings go through here. It's been pulling it up with that kind of stress, and as you can see, this spatula goes under here quite a ways, and so I have tried to loosen it up without any heat or moisture, and I'm to the point now that I'm going to just take my trusty water bottle. Maybe that's why you just beat that thing under there with the water bottle, and I'm just going to dribble some water in under the bridge, take the little heat blanket and cook that a bit, and then just see what happens. So I'm going to put the camera on the tripod, and I know you won't be able to get this kind of angle with it on the tripod, so I wanted you to see exactly what I was going for here. And you know, I'm going to try to get this video up pretty quick, because I've tried to find information online about these J-40s. This is a 70s J-40, and they were top loads, and I have seen a couple guitars where they just said they changed it out, but I don't really know what it does to the value to take this bridge off and put a regular bridge with pins in. And I really think that's what I want to do to this. Don't think the owner's worried about value. This was a guitar that she got as a kid, teenager, and so it's just sentimental value, and maybe that's all it is. If there's any actual value, I couldn't find a lot of information about these guitars. So if you know anything about these, let me know in the comments. Thanks. Alright, so I'm going to just take a, I'm going to check and see how this thing's spraying first of all. That's okay. Just going to dribble some water right there. Go out of camera for a second, or maybe not. Just going to raise it up, let it run down there in that gap, wipe off the excess. Now, not that I'm suggesting that you should fill up your guitar with water if it needs to be humidified, but this guitar is pretty dry, and it's got a crack on the back, not a massive crack on the back. It's got a crack right here in the middle. You can't see that now. A crack right here in the center, in the sound hole back to the bridge. It's not excessive, but it is a crack. And then I'll dial you in a little bit on this other one and let you see it. I haven't even gotten to talk to the owner about that yet. We're slated to just do the pull the bridge and reglue it. That was before I knew how twisted this bridge was even. So so we're going to do, okay, you can see, so yeah, put a little piece of cardboard right here in front of it to protect the guitar right there. You can see that the heating blanket just fits right on top of that. And if it was on a standard type bridge, you just center it over the whole thing, but there's this big ledge here because of the string through aspect of that. So I'm just laying the beanbag on there just to hold the thing down. I don't have a thermostat connected to this blanket. I just have a thermometer that I stick under there. I kind of keep track of things. A little digital meat thermometer, and it says that it's 62 in the shop right now, and that's about right. And we're just going to stick the tip of that right under there. So we get around 200 degrees on this. I'll pull it and see what we, if we can get it to move at all. If not, we'll go up to about 300. Oh, I didn't show you the other crack. I'll try to remember to do that while I've got the camera rolling here. It's right. The cord is right at it right here. And this is kind of in the way. Let's maybe just move that over a little bit. See if I can zoom you in while we're doing this other stuff. Yeah, I think you can see that crack right there. So there's a 1/16 of an inch difference in the height from the edge right here at the fretboard to this edge up here, and there's a separation under here. The brace that goes right across here is not touching the body right in here, so that'll be a matter of clamping that all back together. So I'm going to do, once I have the bridge off, and I'm up at 240 degrees, so you see that? Yeah. So we'll just check and see where we're at that way. Go ahead and unplug the blanket and just lay it down here. Now let's see if we got any, if it loosened up at all. Not really doing much. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set that up again. Probably get up to about 300 this time. So if I didn't already say it, once I get the bridge off of here, I'm going to go ahead and try to humidify this thing a bit. My shop is actually pretty consistent humidity wise, and in fact it's usually right here. Oh, it's under a box right now. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I'm at 60. We'll let it sit there for a while, see if it changes. So it doesn't get terribly dry out here. It's not, I mean, if it was at 40 to 50, I'd say that's pretty decent. And it usually stays right around that area. So I don't know if it's up at 60 because I had it laying down. But I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of water in there. I'm not, I usually put a baggie with a wet rag in it, just leave the baggie open and put that in and then cover the sound hole and just let that, kind of soak in. It seems to be the popular belief that lack of moisture causes cracking. I have heard one guy voice a different opinion, but I haven't really heard a good explanation on that yet, so I'm kind of waiting. But in my personal experience, it does seem to make a difference when I humidify these things. They seem to kind of tighten up a bit. So stand to reason that it helps. And I've already gone through the whole deal, checking this thing out pretty good, and I didn't find any other loose braces. The banging it and looking inside of the mirrors and all that kind of stuff. So the only thing I really found was that the sound hole one and the brace directly connected to that. Yeah, I wasn't reading that very well, so it's just jumped up to 200. So we were at 240 last time, right? So we're at 240 again. Well, it got hot. I actually scorched the bridge and stuck a piece of paint or whatever was on this cardboard down to the top of the guitar. Not good. Alright, but it's hot. That's some real rubbery feeling adhesive under there. That's gross. I wonder what that is. Doesn't feel like any normal. Oops, that came out the other side. That's good, but I don't want it to go too far. Gosh, it is like rubber. Alright, so it is I think it's pretty much readhering itself with this goo. Oh man. I know it's loose over here. Should have my other knife ready. I got a couple of them. Well, that was not smart. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put a little more heat right here because it is definitely stuck. I am clear. Oh, have I moved? No. There we go. I'm clear all the way here, all the way across to here and to here and to here, and could see that as I was coming under the bridge over here, I was under the finish. So that's why I went from the other side and came back from this direction and got on top of the finish. But it still needs some heat right here. It appears. So very, very clean. I'm resisting the urge to just pop the thing off there because I'm afraid, I could definitely pull some grain out. I don't want to do that. So I'll just have to go ahead and heat that up again. I'm going to get another knife too because I want to put a knife underneath there just so it doesn't reattach itself when I heat it up again. I'm going to pause for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, so just went over to the other bench, and got my knife. I know I got another one. I got two of these little guys. You've very possibly seen them in other videos. So I'm going to put that under there, hold that up, put this back. Actually stuck to the... I'm not going to get it that hot this time, I don't think. And I'll get it all the way out here on the end where I need it. Again, I'm not really worried about scorching this bridge because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna I shouldn't have to get it that hot anyway. Pretty sure I'm gonna replace it. I was in the process while I was heating that, trying to see what these 70s J-40s go for. So I'm studying my phone. I just saw one for sale on eBay for around $1,200. For $1,200, I think it would be sensible to put the right kind of... I'm trying to avoid saying negative things about the top loading bridge because I can't really say I have tons of experience with these. This is the first guitar I've seen with one. But I should say first guitar I've had in my shop with one. I know there are other brands like Ovation and others that do this top loading thing. And the Ovations I've worked on have lots of issues, partially I think because of the top loading bridge and then just poor bracing in general. Anyway, while I'm John here, I'm trying to scan these articles and see if it gives me any idea about value. I'm on the acoustic guitar forum right now looking at old posts. Okay, so guy here saying there's no reason why it wouldn't command $1,000. He's referring to a specific guitar, though, that was asked about. Yeah, there's commenting on doing some repairs or mods that will actually devalue the instrument, but they make it play better. He's not referring to the bridge specifically. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to be recommending a bridge replacement, because I don't like this. I don't like all that tension pulling up on the bridge. Is that going to go under there? Looks like we might have something now. I'm actually just going to let it heat a little more. Uh-oh. Try to see what it's doing here. Really should be plenty right around there. I got my hand right in the way. Oh, there, it's loose. So, very clean, exceptionally clean removal, and yes, that's very hot right there. So that's what you see in there is glue, and some glue sticking up here on the top. While we're running the camera, let's take a second. And see what the top's doing, if anything. There's a very, very subtle hump right there. So even I think probably the fact that the bridge pulled up did save the top from coming up, and that just from the energy standpoint, looking at the way this is designed, I would say that you're going to have more rotation on the top with a top pin type bridge. If you had pins going down and strings pulling up and over, you're actually leveraging the top. Maybe not as much with them coming in through the back like that, but can't be certain about that. And I do know that there is a large bridge plate under this area anyway, so I don't have to, like, to drill through. I wouldn't have to add a bridge plate. It's already there. So anyway, I'm at the point where I'm going to go ahead and try to humidify this a bit. My shop is indeed at 59% humidity, and that's not dry by any standards. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And we got I do want to show you this. See if I can, maybe with the ruler, I'll be able to show you. Yeah, it does dive up quite a bit. It's going to be difficult to see. We'll try. Let's rotate it right over here. All right. Maybe not. is the front edge of the bridge right here. So I'm going to hold it tight there and see, you see that gap in there? So that's how curled the bridge is. Now I know I'm not going to straighten that bridge out. So, and if you look at it this way, you can see, because see what the way the notch is on that bridge? So it's pretty much the same thickness all the way to here. And so you had all that tension, try to get this at the right angle, all that tension, just leveraging this up always. And then the saddle's right there. So you've got, coming down under this, behind the saddle, and then up and over the saddle. And so you've just got all that. Anyway, you can see how bent it is right there just looking at the end of it. So I'm definitely not wanting to put that back on. All right. Oh, my camera is really crooked for some reason. There we go. Okay. So that's where we're at with this. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and humidify it, and then I'm probably go ahead and repair the cracks that are there. I haven't even talked to her about that. I gave her a quote on replacing or re-gluing the bridge, removing and re-gluing the bridge, and doing a setup on it. And so I'm going to have to give her a call back, because there's a crack. I don't know. I can't remember if I videoed how much of that. I did do some video on this, but I'm not sure how much. But there's a crack right here. I can probably show you better if I take the camera out. But I put a flashlight in there, and you can actually see light coming up through the crack. It's open pretty good. And then I hate these straps on the necks. And they're tied on, and this one's a leather strap, and it's got some sort of weird braid hooking around there, so I can't even just untie it. I'm going to pull you off the tripod. Alright, this is the test. Okay, now you can see the step right there. I'm not sure how well you can see that. It's not looking that clear to me in the viewfinder, but anyway, so yeah, you got that, and like I said before, it's got the bridge, the brace under here is dropped down under the top too, so that'll all have to be clamped back up to the brace and then glued and clamped there, and then plus the crack in the back. So that's it. Yeah, I'll bring you back on this when I get going on it again and give you some more information. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care now.